your story inspired many in the country, right? I would say your journey is inspirational to everyone in the country in real estate and infrastructure. And there is a deep background and motivation behind it. You stood second in your batch in the Bachelor of Commerce, and you pursued FCA from ICAI. So we really would want to know, Doctor, that what has driven or motivated you to enter into the real estate and infrastructure?
Uh, Thank you, Zishan, for the question. Basically, I come from a family, as Heval just mentioned, from a medical family. My father was a doctor, my elder brother was a doctor. Everybody in my family was professional or in service. So actually, deep down, I thought I would also, in the initial stages, be a professional. And I chose the commerce, and then incidentally, I got into the chartered accountant's qualification. But somewhere down the line in my commerce education, I realized that I would like and aspire to get into the business of business. But when I finished my BCom, I was persuaded by my father and his friend, Mr. Nani Palkiwala, that I should do a professional degree in terms of carrying this out. And before I really got into the business of business. So all these thoughts came, and somehow, in spite of the fact that I didn't want to do my chartered accountancy, I was persuaded by both of them to do it. And finally, I did. But at the back of the mind, I was always looking at the business world with admiration, not knowing the pitfalls that it really had, and got into it. We started actually a textile unit, a power loom unit in Chandivali, where we made grey cloth and actually gave it to Gwalior Rayon, Century Mills, and others. And that was how we started it. The real estate business was the second one. And having done that and got into the business of business, I lost money in both. So it was difficult. And we were borrowing money from banks, small amount of money, but it was important. And the real estate also was not doing too well, and couldn't decide which one to give up. One fine day, I got a notice from the union of my textile unit saying they wanted 100% increase in wages. You know, the arbitrage between textile mills and the small power loom units was huge. And that's how the power loom units actually survived. But in reality, they would have accepted even a 10% increase in wages. But somehow I had to take a decision. So I used that message from the union as a message from somebody above, and really stepped out of textiles, sold the unit, and then moved into real estate completely. So the moving into real estate, in spite of all the qualifications or all the destiny, was actually destined in quite a different sort of way. But then there was no looking back. After that, I had no alternative, because that was the line I chose. And ultimately worked on it till I could become and say that, all right, this is a good line for me to continue. And that's the rest of my life. I've been in the real estate as a business.